Now I know what you're thinking, why am I sitting in Morrison's on a Monday evening in a swing hammock thinking about Super Trowel? But to be honest with you, I don't have any answers with you, and because why not? Sitting here thinking about how excited I am about the event that's coming up, 8 weeks this week, about the competition, but everything around it. The rodeo ball, the t-shirt cannons, the VIP area. I'm sure people are going to be turning up in some sort of jazzy outfit, and we've got some celebrity VIPs coming this year. Call them VIPs? I don't think you can. They're just influencers who seem to do a lot of shit on TikTok and Instagram, but they're popular, so we're getting them now. The truth of the matter is I'm bringing my nan shopping. She broke her hip 6 weeks ago, and I'm doing the perfect grandson scenario, bringing her shopping on a Monday evening, because why the wouldn't I? I am the perfect grandson. Still, the upside is I get to do this video because it's my week this week, as you've already gathered, and in between doing a full-time job of teaching, Super Trowel, full-time family, training, I barely have time to scratch my ass, let alone think, oh my god, it's come Sunday evening at 6 o'clock and I haven't done this week. So there is an upside to it. There's an important highlight to discuss is Charlie Collison's practice run where he laid 802 bricks in an hour. I don't know what the quality of the brickwork's going to be like. I shouldn't imagine it's any good, but that's what a practice run's all about, right? And also, that's a lot of bricks to join up in that hour. So I'm sure throughout the week now we're going to see other practice runs come up with other competitors, especially with Ash Mahoney shouting out, who wants it every 5 minutes, and talking about eating 17,000 eggs in a day. These farts must stink. Right, so here we are, Sunday, 15th of June, Father's Day. 2 days after the 13th of June, which has now been renamed National Super Trowel Practice Day. Yes, it does seem that people were a little bit butthurt by Charlie's 802 brick practice run last weekend and decided to go balls to the wall. Let's see what I can do within the hour. So we've got the numbers. Let's just go through them. First of all, we've got Ash Mahoney laying an impressive 734 bricks in 51 minutes. The only reason that Ash stopped at 51 minutes is because he ran out of bricks. Now, I'm sorry, Ash. I'm afraid the saying prior preparation prevents a piss poor performance comes to mind on that one, mate. Next up, we've got Dale and Evan, who had practice runs up at York College on the same day, supported by John Mellor and the staff there, so thank you to those guys for that. Dale laid an impressive 735 bricks, with Evan laying an even more impressive 739 bricks within the hour. So we've all got 3 competitors there north of the 700 club in the hour. Surely no one can do better than that. And then in comes Josh. So Josh comes in last thing Friday with a whopping 840 bricks within the hour. Now let's put that into perspective for you. That is a brick every 7 seconds. Let me know in the comments what you think you can do every 7 seconds for an hour. That'd be an interesting comment blog. I think that would definitely, we see some interesting comments on that. That is huge. That is massive. And I know Ash Mahoney turned around and said that if he'd had enough bricks, he was laying 14.4 bricks every minute. So he reckons it estimated he would have been around about the 860 mark. But it only counts if it happens. So I know what all the competitors are like. People are now going to be chasing numbers. But there's a few things to consider in that. Like we've always said, this is a game of compromise. It's no good laying 600, 700, 800 bricks if they're not going to count, and we don't have the consistency of having a judge on these practice runs to look at deduction. So you can lay 800 bricks, but they're about as useful as tits on a fish when it comes to deductions and taking off plumbing and everything else. But we do know what the competitors are like. I don't want to take that away from any competitor. We know that they are fully focused in these practice runs, thinking this is the real thing. It's on the 14th of August. I've got thousands of people watching me. I need to get my head game on and just crack on with it. That's kind of it for this week. We were going to focus on Ash, Joe and myself being installed into the worshipful company of Bricklayers and Tilers. We will feature that next week because once we got into these practice runs, we thought that would be a hell of a lot more exciting than watching the 3 of us all in suits, sweating in London. I'm sure you are still going to want to see that next week, but while we're trending on these practice runs, we wanted to make sure we focused on it this week. Another important thing to wrap up this week is, with it being Father's Day today, like I've just mentioned, we're running a special promo code. So if you go over to the website and put in Dad ST25, you'll be able to purchase a ticket for free to be able to bring your dad, your granddad, your stepdad, uncle, whoever has that fatherly figure in your life to Super Trowel on the 13th, 14th of August, completely free. Hope everyone has a fantastic week. Let us know in the comments some questions you want us to answer next week. We'll have some important highlights to be brought to you every single week now. 8 weeks to go. The race is on. Have a lovely Father's Day.